Whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy. Take it easy. Hey, listen, I'm not the enemy. I know. You've seen it. I know this nigga didn't tell me I need to be obedient and submit. Take it easy. Okay? Just relax. Relax. I'm Rami. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I hope you're fine. Hope you can calm yourself down a bit. You know what I mean? Woosah. Let's get that calmness going. You feel me? Matter of fact, let's go to a jokey joke and then we'll come back and talk about this. All right? Be right back.
I mean, black people, women are amazing. I'm gonna tell you what, if you need to get money back or refund, you better get yourself a black bitch, nigga, because she'll get a refund. I went in AT&T with a phone I dropped in the toilet. My bitch was back there. I'm like, hold on, let me talk to this guy. Hey, man, I dropped my phone in the toilet. I just want a replacement phone. And he's like, well, I can't do it. I had to put a hood on her head because she's back there like... I'm like, look, man, all I want, I'll take it refurbished, nigga. Sir, we cannot give you any phone. If you drop it in the toilet, we are not responsible. You got one more motherfucking chance, man. Sir, I'm sorry. Okay. This bitch come back with 5 phones. This nigga is in the back, fetaled up, crying. I told you, motherfucker, I wanted a refurbished replacement phone, asshole.
Okay, we cool? Okay. Now, where did I get... Who in the hell are you to say that black women, Moorish women, need to be submissive and obedient? Who is it to say that? Well, it didn't quite come from me. Just relax. Take it easy. We're going to walk through it. You feel me? It's coming from the Holy Quran. Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Moorish Science Temple of America, Noble Drew Ali. Please look him up if you don't know who he is. And this is coming from a chapter called Marriage Instructions for Man and Wife from the Noble Prophet. And before I get to the line, I just wanted to put some context on it. And I was about to look up the statistics, but I didn't even feel like doing that because we just know off of common sense and our experience and understanding that amongst quote unquote black people, African Americans, Moorish people here in America, you know, the amount of people that grow up with fractured or split families or, you know, blended families and very complex families, you know, it's a lot of us, you know what I mean? I personally was fortunate enough to grow up with both my mother and father, but most of the people that, you know, my friends and partners and such didn't, you know what I mean? So, you know, my situation now, you feel me? But anyways, my point in saying that is what we have been doing so far hasn't been working. And there's plenty of stats and plenty of testimonials that show and prove this. So I said, well, how about let's take a look at what the prophet, person that got some wisdom and instructions from Creator, let's see what he got to say. Now let's get to it. Chapter 21, line 9. Submission and obedience are the lessons of her life, and peace and happiness are her reward. So, for black women, for Moorish women, for all women, but I'm saying, speaking to y'all specifically, for you to be submissive and obedient, your reward for that is happiness and peace. That sounds good to me. I don't know how does it sound to you? And another thing I thought about when I read this, it said submission and obedience are the lessons of her life. Sound like that's y'all a little hard-headed when it comes to learn that. Hey, I didn't say it. Now listen, don't get mad at me now. Please, take it easy. You feel me? I'm just saying, it say you got them lessons for life lessons. It's a long time. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's focus. And how do you feel about that? What do you think? Was your gut reaction to say, no, I don't got to be submissive and obedient? Before you heard the second part, that peace and happiness with a reward, was your gut reaction to say, no, I ain't got to do that. I can do whatever I want. Or was your reaction, why do I need to be submissive and obedient? Or who do I need to be submissive and obedient? Or what does being submissive and obedient mean? Were those your thoughts? Just some questions I have for you. But beyond just the peace and happiness being the woman's reward for being submissive and obedient, I wanted to paint more of the context so that you understand the balance. Because when I read this and I read that line, I was like, oh man, it's going to have a hard time convincing black women of that right there. That's a no-go. That's some honest thoughts. I'm just being honest. But then when I read it more and more and read the context around it, and I saw that there was actually some balance, that it wasn't just this, the same old patriarchy, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that same old kind of ideology or mentality. One example is line 3, and it's saying, remember that you were made man's reasonable companion, not the slave of his passion. The end of thy being is not merely to gratify his loose desire, which I thought was really strong, and much different tone than, a woman is a man's rib and, is just here to serve him and just, it's expected that you just supposed to just please your husband. You know what I mean? And this is saying, nah, you a reasonable companion. You know what I mean? You're supposed to help your husband in life, but you ain't just supposed to be the slave to his desires. That sounds very progressive to me, especially coming back. This is 1910s, 1920s. Another line is that, where was it at? Down at the bottom here, it says that she presideth in the house, and there is peace. She commandeth with judgment, and is obeyed. She arises in the morning. She considers her affairs, and appointeth to everyone their proper business. So she running the house. So hey, check it out. Wake up in the morning. What we got to do? Boom. That don't just sound you just a woman and just being obedient. You just follow orders. You feel me? The care of her family is her whole delight. Here we go. The words of her mouth is the law of their youth. The motion of her eye commandeth their obedience. She speaketh, and the servants fly. She pointeth, and the thing is done. For the law of love is in their hearts, and kindness addeth wings to their feet. That last part of it is really key. And her kindness addeth wings to their feet. Earlier it says, up at the top it says, on her tongue dwelleth music, the sweetness of honey flow from her lips, decency is in all her words. You can catch, what is it? You can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. However that saying goes. This is explaining that, a woman, when it's decency coming from her mouth and kindness and that energy, people is even quicker. They like damn near flying with their feet to get some things done, following what she says. You feel what I'm saying? That's what comes with being a bit submissive, being decent in your words, not just saying whatever. You know what I mean? And I want to read one more. At the end of that chapter, it says, happy is the man that has made her his wife. Happy is the child that called her mother. But it was another line. Oh, in the next chapter, it's called Duty of a Husband. And I felt this was important to read, just to really cement the idea of balance. Okay. She is the mistress of thy house. Treat her therefore with respect, and thy servants may obey her. Oppose not her inclination without cause. She is the partner of thy cares. Make her also the companion of thy pleasures. And reprove her faults with gentleness. Exact not her obedience with rigor. So, even if you were to take the line of being submissive and obedience, for women, submission and obedience are the lessons of her life. If you were to take that as saying being submissive and obedient to the husband, on the flip side, in the next chapter in Duty of a Husband, it says, reprove her faults with gentleness and exact not her obedience with rigor. And rigor is like severity and like just real harshness. So even in the woman saying, it's saying the woman to be submissive and obedient, on the flip side, it's telling the husband to be gentle with the reproof. Like if the woman makes a mistake, be gentle. You know what I mean? If she trying to get her to be obedient, you can't be severe and harsh. You know what I mean? You got to be kind, be compassionate. And it said that she is the mistress of thy house, which sounds, weird. But when you look up the word mistress, you find out that that's basically like the female person that runs the house. Now we have a different understanding of mistress, and that's due to connotative versus denotative, but that's a whole nother topic. My point was to show that, in the chapter Duty of a Husband, it's saying to the husband, she's running the house, so treat her with respect, so that the servants, the people in the house, will obey her as well. You know what I mean? So there's this level of balance, and I know you might have seen the title and it brought you in like, oh my goodness. But I'm hoping that by the end of this video, you have or you will consider some of the guidance or the wisdom, I should say, in these chapters, because it's a chapter of Duty of a Husband, then it's a chapter of marriage instructions, and it's a chapter of warnings for all young men, for women to look out for. So, you know what I mean? That's that in there too. You know what I mean? But I've been going long enough. I think that's all. Actually, one last thing. What do you think? Haven't heard this? Read it for yourself, actually. Don't just believe what I'm saying. Check it out for yourself. But then when you do, come back. Tell me what you think about being obedient and submissive. Tell me what you think about, the woman's role in the house, the idea of being decent. Oh, let me read this one last one because we got to get this on the record. Got to get this on the record. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. What do you think about... What do you think about... Oh, man. What do you think about... Oh. Got it. Boom. What do you think about this line? When scandal is busy and the fame of her neighbors is tossed from tongue to tongue, gossiping, you feel me? Scandals, gossiping, and they tossing, If charity and good nature not open not her mouth, the finger of silence rests on her lip. What do you think about that, women? Women specifically. Black women, Moorish women specifically. How you feel about that? Do you think that would help us? Or do you think following that might hurt us? The idea of not entertaining gossip, just being quiet if you don't have nothing good to say. Just a thing. Hey, I just want to know your thoughts. Let me know. Much love. Keep shining. Keep being amazing. And that's it. Peace.
Yeah. I think she Howard educated. With the streets she well acquainted. Her spirit elevated. That body kinda flavor. Not a Muslim but give her respect. Even when she in that dress, she make me wanna be better. Crazy part is I ain't even with her. For the ones that got it all but ain't tryna show much. I love you. For the gold gym nuts but ain't got a toe touch. Ooh, I love you. For the ones that know they self and keep it modest. I love you. Shoot the sexiest, baby, let's be honest. Ooh, let's just be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. You hella real. It's hella real. I wrote this as and I wrote this as if nobody said, if nobody said, I think you hella real. It's hella real. I wrote this as and I wrote this as if nobody said, if nobody said, thank you. You call Ed just quake.